Hi, class. I am filming this on Sunday night. I just returned from watching my youngest son, Braden, play baseball in Peoria, Illinois. Thus, I have the hat and jacket on. So, for a warm up for today, I would like for you to please solve the first 6 warm up problems and find the square roots of these. Please pause the video, take attendance on PowerSchool, and I'll be back with the answers shortly. Thank you. Hopefully all of you have had time to find the square roots. Number 1, square root of 36 is 6. Number 2, the square root of negative 64 is negative 8. Third one, the square root of 49 is 7. The square root of 81 is 9th. Thus we have 7/9. The square root of negative 225 is negative 15. The square root of 121 is 11. And again, with the fraction, we have the square root of 144, which is 12. The square root of 169, which is 13. Students, please take out your homework from Friday over the square roots. Please pass out the half sheet of paper that has the answer sheet in the basket at the front for students to put their answers on. I will pause the video shortly while you do that, and then I will give you the problems that I want you to write down. Please write down the answers for 18, 26, and 38, and please turn those into the basket. Please pause the video, and I will have the answers shortly. Here are the answers for 12 through 24 even. Please correct these, and I will come back shortly with the others. Please pause the video. Here are the answers to the next 4 problems. Please correct these, and pause the video until everyone is ready. Here are the answers for 34 and 36A. Please pause the video until everyone has corrected those. Here's the answer for 36B. And finally, the last answer for 38 is 8 centimeters. I will go over any questions on the homework problems when I return on Tuesday. Today's essential question is, how is a cube root of a number different from the square root of a number? The first thing that I would like for you to look at is the sample A. We'll be using a cube root symbol to write the edge length of the cube. As you can see, the side equals the cubed root of 343. Again, cubed roots means what times itself 3 times equals 343. You can also write this as the cubed root of 7 to the 3rd. So our answer is 7. 7 times 7 times 7 equals 49 times 7, which equals 343. So the edge length of this cube is 7 inches. Please take 1 minute to try to solve example D and E. Pause the video while the students attempt to work in their groups. In example D, we can take 1/10 times 1/10 times 1/10, and that equals 1/1000th of a cubic centimeter. 0.1 times 0.1 times 0.1 is our answer. In sample E, the volume must equal 1/8 of a cubic yard. So we can take this cubed root of 1, which is 1, the cubed root of 8, which is 2. Our answer is 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 equals the volume of 1/8. Another way that we can solve cubed roots is to write the prime factorization of each number. We have the prime factorization of 216 as 3 times 72. 72 can be broken into 8 and 9. 3 will be left the same because it is already prime. We can then break 9 into 3 and 3. we can break 8 into 4 and 2, and 4 goes in 2 and 2. So what we have is 216 equals 3 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 2 times 2. Therefore, we can say that there is a 3 and a 2, a 3 and a 2, and a 3 and a 2. 3 times 2 is 6. The cubed root of 216 is 6. In this example, we are to find the edge length of a cube. Again, we can take the cubed root of 1. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1, so the cubed root of 1 is 1. We can also take the cubed root of 27. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Therefore, the side length of this example, the answer is 1/3, because 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3 will equal 1/27. Please take a minute in your groups to see if you can find the edge length of the following cubes. Number 1 has a volume of 64,000. Number 2 has a volume of 1/216th of a cubic foot. Please pause the video. In the first one, I know that 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. I also know that there are 3 zeros here, so my answer is 40. In the second one, the cubed root of 216 is 1/6. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Please find the cubed root of each of these 3 answers. Notice in the first one, we can take 2 times 2 times 2, therefore our cubed root is 2. Notice we have a negative. When we were talking square roots, we knew that we could not do that. But when we do cubed roots, we know that it is -3, because -3 times -3 times -3 is -27. And in our last one, we can do the same thing. The cubed root of 1 is 1. The cubed root of 64 is 4. Therefore, our answer is 1/4. Just like our work from Friday about square roots, we can evaluate expressions using cubed roots. 2 times the cubed root of -216 minus 3 equals 2 times -6, because the cubed root of -216 is -6, and then we subtract 3, so we must take 2 times -6, which is -12, minus 3. When we get our answer, we add the opposite, so we take -12 plus -3, and our answer is -15. In our second example, just like on Friday when we took the square root squared, when we take the cubed root cubed, we get the same answer of 125. We then add 21 to it, and we get 146. Please take 1 minute to find the cubed root of these 3. Please talk amongst your neighbors and pause the video until everyone is done. Please evaluate the following 3 expressions in number 4, 5, and 6. Pause the video and I will be back with the answers for all 6 of those problems. In our first problem, the cubed root of 1, 1 times 1 times 1 equals 1, therefore we have 1. In the second one, we know it is negative and it is a cubed root, so our answer must be negative. When I take 7 times 7, that is 49, times -7 gives us -343. The square root of 27 is 3. The cubed root of 27 is 3. And the cubed root of 1,000 is 10. We know that this is negative, so our answer must be negative. When we do this problem, we take 18 minus 4 times the cubed root of 8. The cubed root of 8 is 2 times 4 is 8. 18 minus 8 gives us our answer of 10. In number 5, the cubed root of -64 to the third power is -64 plus positive 43, and our answer is -21. Again, in number 6, 5 times the cubed root of 512 minus 19 is 21 because the cubed root of 512 is 8. 5 times 8 is 40 minus our 19 gives us the answer of 21. In this example, we must evaluate x divided by 4 plus the cubed root of x divided by 3 when x equals 192. The first thing that we must do in this is substitute 192 divided by 4 plus the cubed root of 192 divided by 3. After we get that, we can then simplify. 192 divided by 4 is 48. We can take 192 divided by 3 is 64, just like we did with the square roots, because this is not a perfect cube, nor is 3 a perfect cube. So we can divide those and get 64. When I take the cubed root of 64, I get 4, so 48 plus 4 gives us our answer of 52. Please solve number 7 when y equals 64. Please evaluate number 8 when b equals -3. Please pause the video, and when students are ready, start it up and we will have the answer. In the first one, we have the cubed root of 512 plus 64. That is 8 plus 64 gives us our 72. In this one, we have 2 times -3 minus the cubed root of -27. So I have -6 minus -3, which is plus 3. So -6 plus 3 is -3. Please find the surface area of the baseball display case. In this one, the baseball display case is the shape of a cube. Use the formula for the volume of a cube to find each side length. We know that volume equals side cubed. When we substitute the volume for 125, we get volume equals the side cubed. That allows me to take the cubed root of both sides. Therefore, we know that each side is 5. That does not answer our question about finding surface area. The way we find surface area is we must use the surface area formula. The formula for that is the surface area equals 6 times the side squared, because we have 6 squares on our cube. With each side being 5, we take 6 times 5 squared, then our answer becomes 150. So our answer is 150 square inches as a surface area of that baseball cube. In our final example, the volume of a music box is shaped like a cube, and it is 512 cubic centimeters. Find the surface area of the music box. Again, first we must find each side length, and because we have that, we can take the cubed root of 512. The cubed root of 512 is 8. We then take 6 times 8 squared, which is 6 times 64, which gives us our answer of 384 square centimeters. Notice it is square because we are talking about area. In our final problem, please explain the difference between the square root of 64 and the cubed root of 64. Please note that square root of 64 is a number that when multiplied by itself is equal to 64, and the cubed root of 64 is a number that is when multiplied by itself twice is equal to 64. For your homework, please do page 636 and 637, problems 6 through 32 even. You may use a calculator, and these will be due on Tuesday when I return. Thank you, and have a great day.